Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. You guys, this video is going to be on ribbon storage. Now, fun fact, ribbon is what started my love for crafting. Now, about 11 years ago, I got my adorable JoJo, which is a teacup multi-poo, and I wanted doggy bows for her. But the doggy bows were A, expensive, and B, I couldn't find what I wanted. So I started purchasing ribbon and creating my own bows for her, and then everything else just grew from there. Paper crafting, DIYing, all kinds of different crafting, right? So with throughout the years, I have collected tons and tons and tons of ribbon. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I was watching YouTube and I was watching my almost one of my favorite crafters. Her name is Melissa, and her channel is All Things Crafty. And I went back to one of her old videos, and she was doing her reveal of her she shed that she turned into her craft room. And I absolutely fell in love with her ribbon system and wanted to create it myself. With that being said, I thought it would be kind of fun to show you how I have stored my ribbons over the years. Now, this here is doubles of a lot of my Hobby Lobby clearance ribbon that I got not that long ago. If you have not seen that video yet, either I haven't put it up, A, or B, it'll be linked in the description down below. They had all their beautiful ribbon on clearance for really good prices, and I scored. So I went in there and I purchased a lot of doubles of the ones that I loved, because if they're going on clearance, I was scared that they weren't going to carry them anymore. So this is all my extra spool. This is just a huge tub that I got from Home Goods, and it holds tons of ribbon. So these are my extras. Now, I've also once before put them in baggies, either color coordinated and or like this is all gingham, colored gingham ribbon. And then I've also, let me show you this guy here. So these are my laces and trims, my colorful laces and trims. And what I've done is, let me show you here. I've taken really heavy cardstock and wrapped them, took them off their spools, and then wrapped them around the cardstock. And that worked there for a while. But you guys, like I'm telling you, my ribbon and laces and trims, like look at this. There's like rows and rows and rows and rows. Like it just, I have so much of it. So for my laces and trims, we're going to keep it like this in these tubs that I bought at Menards for like $1.47. And then in this tub, I have my beautiful, vintage laces, trims, and ribbons. They're not vintage, but they go with the vintage shabby chic vibes. And I've done the same thing here. I mean, let me show you how deep this thing goes. Like, it just goes and goes and goes. Same thing. You can sift through, find the one you want. There's tons of laces and ribbons in here. Or I'm sorry, laces and trims are in this one, and I'm obsessed with this. This bucket is my favorite. Sometimes when I just need inspiration on a shabby chic project or even vintage, I go there. Now these ones in this bucket here, I have my old school ribbon, and this is what those buckets look like once upon a time. But these are really my old school ribbons that I don't use anymore, and I've done the same thing, and I'm going to keep this like this because these I don't reach for as often. I mean, there's just tons of ribbon, you guys. I love me some ribbons. So like ladybugs were for JoJo when she had a ladybug outfit. You know, these are probably about 11, yeah, I'd say maybe 8 to 11 years old, which is pretty cool. And then over here, I have just some extra spools that I didn't necessarily want to put on display, or like Dollar Tree ribbon, that sort of thing. Now, what Melissa inspired me to do is this pegboard ribbon system. Now, let me show it to you. You ready? You guys, I'm so excited. Oh, looky there. here? Okay, so I had my pegboard was full of paper crafting, and as I've shifted to DIYing, I kind of didn't necessarily need my paper crafting on display, but I thought maybe my ribbon would A, give me inspiration, and then B, it's nice storage. So here we go. I have my larger spools up here, which are, I tried to color coordinate them. It's not as easy as it looks because obviously you got all the ginghams and then you got, you know what I mean? Like all your neutrals, and yeah, it's just not that easy. I tried to do like all my creams, golds, whites, grays, and then I have my black and white, my black, my blue, my pink, and then I have Christmas, fall, and then all these down here are kind of mix and match. But it's just pleasing to the eye. Now, how she did hers was, and I will leave that video linked down below, of course. If you're not familiar with all things crafty, Melissa is so positive. She's such a blast to watch, and that girl is creative. Not to mention, she has a crafter she shed that is to die for, that literally made me drool. I had to pick my chin up off the floor. I love me some all things crafty. Now, on the side, I wanted to still be able to hang my buckets. And then obviously I have my seam binding and some eyelash trim and all that fun stuff. So we went to Home Depot, and Melissa in the video says, make sure you ask for the smallest threaded rods that they offer. Now, the reason why she's saying this is so that they will fit decorative knobs at the end of your rods. Now, when we went to Home Depot, I'm telling you what, y'all, this ribbon wall took me at least a week to get all the materials because I wasn't getting the correct materials. I was so frustrated. So what your threaded rods look like is this. So as you can tell, they got threads on them, and I end up purchasing, which at the time was the smallest that Home Depot had, was the 1/4. Now, what you need is the 1/8, and that's so that you can put your cute little decorative knobs at the end of it. Well, I had bought my rods first, and Honey brought them home, and I wanted them to be able to still store this, so we needed it 4 foot long, and we bought 8-foot rods, so he went and cut them 4 foot for me. Well, so my rods were cut, and then it was time to go find the knobs, and I was looking on Amazon. There's crystal ones and pink ones and blue ones. I mean, just think about all the decorative drawer pull knobs that there are out there. There's so many from Hobby Lobby. Well, the ones at Hobby Lobby will not work because they got to be able to screw on instead of the ones at Hobby Lobby come with the screw. So don't make the mistake I did and make a trip to Hobby Lobby and spend more money than you need to because the knobs aren't right. Anyways, so I had already got my rods, and I needed something on the end here so that they would stay on the peg hooks. So Honey had a brilliant idea, which, man, I'll tell you what, that man is so, he helps me so much with these projects. I love that I have a man in my corner. He came up with these wooden knobs so that we could drill them out for the 1/4 that I needed. And I think I'm just going to keep them plain wood. That way, if I change any colors in my craft room, they'll go with it. But they worked. He screwed them out, and I screwed them on the end of the rods, and they worked just fine. And then it was time to buy the peg hooks, right? So I go onto Amazon and I bought the J hooks. Well, the wide J hooks, and those did not work. So I had to send those guys back. And finally, at this point, I was over it. I wanted my ribbon wall, and I wanted to use my pegboard just like Melissa did. So I reached out to Melissa, and she was so gracious to get back to me to finally tell me what I needed. And she sent me a link to the peg hooks that you need, and they look like this. It's important to get that wide angle so that your rod can sit on there and your ribbon can rest and give you the space that you need between your pegboard and the ribbon spool. So this is the pegs that you will need. There you get like 50 of them for $8. Truly inexpensive. So I'll leave these linked down below for you as well. Definitely get the 1/8 rod so that you can use the cutesy knobs. But everything you need to know will be linked down below. Melissa's video, and then obviously her channel. You got to go check out her videos. She's so flippin' creative. I'll leave these linked down below. But I need to know what y'all think. What do you think? You guys, I had them all on there. And then I had to go back and rearrange them because your eye just didn't flow very well and it looks so clustered. But now I think it flows a lot better than what it did before. You gotta let me know what you think down below. Is this wall inspirational or does it look cluttery to you? I'm the type of crafter that if it's not in my face and I don't know that I have it, I won't use it. So I'm so inspired by these ribbons, especially for fall. Like, look at all those yummy colors. Are you kidding me? Christmas, look at all the Christmas ribbon. Yes, farmhouse ribbon, burlap ribbon, ruffles and fuzzy ribbon. I think my favorite is these three right here. Look at all the colors. Like, I can just envision the beautiful projects with all these ribbons. So once again, like I said, let me know what you think down below. I think I might, if I can talk Honey into it, to drill more holes on my other side of my wall so I can hang another pegboard and buy some more ribbon. What do you think? Do you think I need more ribbon? Probably not. But I'm telling you what, I love it. All right, guys, thank you so much for spending your time with me. Until next time, I will talk at you later. Bye-bye now.